Your Excellency, President Herzog and First Lady Michal Herzog, and of course to all of our other friends who have been acknowledged from the global Jewish community. There is a principle in our tradition that has guided us for many generations. Kol Yisrael aravim ze lazeh. All of Israel are responsible for one another. It's not a metaphor. It is very much the lived reality of our people. And perhaps no diaspora community feels this more deeply than the Jewish community of Australia. What happens to a Jew in Israel is felt deeply here in Australia. And we know that what happens to a Jew in Australia reverberates in Israel. We saw this truth in the most devastating way on the 7th of October. For 2 years, Israel consumed our every moment. We mourned with you. We prayed for the hostages every day. We stood with you because your pain was our pain. And this will forever remain so. But in the days after the Bondi attacks, the roles were reversed. We found ourselves the ones receiving support. And I will never forget the surreal moments, and there were many of them, when I received messages of support and love from released hostages and families of hostages who we had been in touch with over the last 2 years. For those 2 years, we stood with them, but suddenly they were standing with us. It was a vulnerable place to be. It remains a vulnerable place to be. But it was profoundly moving, and it reminded us that we are bound not by geography, but by peoplehood. Because this was not an attack on Australian Jews. It was an attack on all of us, on our values, on our way of life. And the same forces of anti-Semitism that struck Jews from Toledo to Kishinev, from Warsaw to Buenos Aires, from Kfar Aza to Bondi, are driven by the same hatred that has pursued our people for centuries. The message of Hanukkah has never been more urgent. Jewish light is resilient. Jewish light is unbreakable. We saw that light in the courage of the beautiful six not long ago. Ori, Carmel, Hirsch, Alex, Almog, and Eden. We saw them lighting Hanukkah candles in the dungeons of Gaza. And we saw it again as Australians came together and lit Hanukkah candles after Bondi. In the face of inhumanity, we will be light. And we will not cower. We will not hide who we are. So tonight we stand with pride as part of a world Jewish community that refuses to be silent. I want to thank you, President Herzog, for your friendship, your support over many years, but particularly this week, and to all of our friends at the World Zionist Organization and the Jewish Agency and Keren HaYesod who have stood with our community. I want to close with a story from a Jewish mother, Sorale, who had been at Bondi on Sunday with her children. She said that since the 7th of October, her family had kept an electric menorah lit in their window all year round for 2 years. And she did so the neighborhood would know the Jewish light continues to shine. On the night of Bondi, she returned home many hours after she was allowed to leave, with her children shaking and crying, and they begged her, please mum, please Abba, turn it off, our home will become a target. And she and her husband resisted. They said, no way, we don't turn off our menorahs. We don't hide our Jewishness. We stand proud and loud. But as a mother, with her children in tears, she switched it off. The next day, a non-Jewish neighbour came by. Her daughter had driven past and seen the window dark for the first time in 2 years. And she had sobbed, no, mum, they're turning off the menorahs. The evil can't win. In that moment, she knew the menorah goes back on no matter what. Her children knew Rabbi Eli, who was murdered. She said, and I want to relay this to all of you, she said his message would be simple. We don't go down in darkness. We shine light. We look out for each other. We spread goodness and kindness. Every Jew carries a spark of God within. So we will not go down in darkness. We will shine, and we will shine again together with the state of Israel and global Jewry. Thank you all. Am Yisrael Chai.